Who truly knows who they are, and who can predict who they might become? Welcome, dear listeners, to a journey of self-discovery and profound questions. Today we delve into the labyrinth of personal identity, a concept as elusive as it is integral to our existence. It's a fascinating puzzle, a riddle that's been contemplated by philosophers, psychologists, and curious minds for centuries. To understand ourselves, we must first grapple with the idea of self. Is it a fixed entity, a solid core of personality traits, likes, dislikes, and experiences that define us? Or is it a fluid, ever-changing construct, shaped and reshaped by our choices, our experiences, and our interactions with the world around us? Some philosophers argue that our self is constant, a unique signature of our individuality that remains unaltered throughout our lives. Others contend that our identity is dynamic, evolving and adapting as we navigate the shifting seas of life. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, as the concept of self is as diverse as humanity itself. What's undeniable, however, is the pivotal role our self-identity plays in our lives. It influences our decisions, our relationships, our aspirations. It's the lens through which we perceive the world and our place within it. It's our compass, guiding us through the complexities of existence. But here's where things get interesting. If our identity is malleable, capable of change and transformation, what does that mean for our potential? Are we, as individuals, just the sum of our current abilities, or is there more to us, hidden layers waiting to be unearthed? This brings us to an intriguing proposition. If we can change, grow, and evolve, then our potential is not a fixed point, but a horizon, ever expanding and full of possibilities. It's a powerful thought, isn't it? That we are not just the result of our past, but architects of our future. Our understanding of self is not just about who we are now, but also about who we dare to become. So buckle up, dear listeners. This journey of self-discovery is only just beginning. Are we bound by our current abilities, or is there more to us waiting to be discovered? Imagine a world where our potential isn't fixed but fluid, constantly evolving and adapting to our experiences and efforts. It's a fascinating concept, isn't it? The human potential is often likened to an iceberg. Just like an iceberg, the majority of our potential lies beneath the surface, unseen and untapped. We're often too focused on what we can see and measure right now to realize that there's so much more waiting to be discovered. Consider the theory of latent potential proposed by the eminent psychologist Carl Rogers. He argued that every individual harbors an enormous reservoir of untapped potential that remains dormant unless it's nurtured and stimulated. This potential, he believed, could be unlocked through self-acceptance, openness to experience, and a genuine living of one's life. But how do we tap into this unseen potential? Well, it starts with the belief that we are not static beings. Our skills, intelligence, and abilities are not set in stone. They can be improved and expanded. This concept is backed by the growth mindset theory developed by psychologist Carol Dweck. According to her, those who believe their abilities can be developed are more likely to achieve higher levels of success than those who see their abilities as fixed. And it's not just about individual growth. Imagine what could be achieved if we helped each other realize and nurture our potential. If we fostered environments that encouraged growth, learning, and exploration, the ripple effect would be immeasurable. So, it's time we stop underestimating ourselves. It's time we dive beneath the surface and explore the depths of our potential. Because the truth is, our potential is not a finite resource. It's a vast ocean ready to be explored. A treasure trove of abilities, talents, and skills waiting to be discovered and honed. The potential within us is not a fixed value, but an ever-changing entity that grows with us. It's time we embrace this truth and step into the infinite realm of possibilities that it opens up. Let's delve into the lives of those remarkable individuals who have defied norms and rewritten their own narratives. Let's start with a lady named Sarah. Sarah, a small-town girl, grew up working in her family's quaint bakery, but she yearned for something bigger. Then, one day, she took a bold step, moving out of her comfort zone to chase her dreams in the tech industry. Having no formal education didn't stop her. She learned coding on her own, climbing the ladder gradually, and eventually launched a successful tech startup. Now, let's turn our attention to a man named Alex. A high school dropout, Alex was stuck in a cycle of minimum wage jobs, barely surviving. Many doubted his potential, but Alex harnessed his deep-seated passion for art to propel ambitions. By spending years mastering his art and painting in his leisure time, he became a respected figure in the art community. Now, let's meet Jane, a single mother juggling 2 jobs to ensure her children's well-being. Despite her fatigue, she persisted. Driven by the desire for a better future for her kids, she returned to school and obtained her degree. Today, she stands tall as a successful businesswoman and an inspiration for her children. Lastly, let's highlight Sam. A quiet, introverted child, Sam was often unnoticed. However, Sam had a knack for music. He invested years in refining his talent, playing with local bands and penning his own music pieces. Today, he is a Grammy laureate, his music resonating with people across the globe. These narratives are a testament to the transformative power of self-belief and determination. They exhibit that our potential isn't rigid, but something that can be discovered and nurtured. They remind us that we are carved not by our situations, but by our choices and actions. They motivate us to have faith in ourselves, to chase our dreams, and to persist against all odds. Who knows, the next success story could be yours. Can external factors completely alter our self and potential, or are we solely in control? Here we are stepping into a contentious debate. It's a clash of perspectives that seeks to define the role of external circumstances in shaping our identity and potential. On one side of the ring, we have the proponents of the tabula rasa theory, a concept that dates back to the philosopher John Locke. They argue that we're born as blank slates, and it's our experiences and environment that shape us. They believe that our identity is a mosaic of our interactions, experiences, and the influences we absorb from the world around us. According to this perspective, the external plays a colossal role in determining who we are and who we could become. On the flip side, we have the stalwarts of innatism, who argue that we come into this world with certain inherent traits and potential. They believe that our core identity and capabilities are essentially hardwired, and external factors merely play a role in unveiling what's already there. Then there's the middle ground, the interactionists, who propose that our identity and potential are products of a constant interplay between our innate characteristics and our environment. They argue that we are neither completely malleable nor wholly fixed. Instead, we are dynamic beings, constantly evolving in response to our surroundings, while still anchored to our inherent nature. This is a controversy that has sparked heated debates among philosophers, psychologists, and scholars for centuries. It's a tug of war between nature and nurture, between the internal and the external, between the self and the world. The debate continues, and perhaps we may never arrive at a definitive answer, but one thing is clear: our identity and potential are not set in stone. We are, in essence, works in progress, and the journey of self-discovery and self-improvement is a lifelong adventure. We began with a question about identity and potential, and what we've discovered is both enlightening and challenging. Our journey through the philosophical debates surrounding the self, the exploration of untapped potential, real-life examples of transformation, and the controversial perspective of external influences on our identities has brought us to this point. In our quest, we've learned that the self is not a simple, unchanging construct, but rather a complex, dynamic entity. It's a blend of our past experiences, present actions, and future aspirations. And it's this very fluidity that allows for the potential of change and growth. The notion of untapped potential has shown us that our capabilities are not simply set in stone. There's a world of possibility within us, waiting to be discovered, nurtured, and unleashed. The stories of individuals who've drastically altered their life paths serve as testaments to this idea. Yet, we must acknowledge the controversial perspective that external factors can significantly influence our self and potential. This view challenges the notion of complete control over our destiny, suggesting that our environment, circumstances, and societal structures also play a part in shaping who we are and can become. However, it's crucial to strike a balance, recognizing that while external factors can influence us, we still hold a degree of agency. We can choose how to respond to these influences, how to harness our potential, and ultimately, how to shape our identity. So, let's take a moment to reflect on this journey of self-discovery. Consider your own identity. Is it fixed or malleable? What untapped potential lies within you? How have external factors shaped who you are, and how will you respond to them moving forward? This exploration of self and potential is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a call to action, a challenge to dig deeper, to question, to grow, and to transform. It's an invitation to step into the realm of possibility and to dare to become more than you are today. So, can we truly transform our identities, or are we fixed beings with limited potential? Share your thoughts in the comments below.